Hidden deep within this forest stands a Victorian farmhouse that has quietly endured. More than a century of changing seasons. A dedicated restoration team has accepted the challenge that everyone else abandoned. Every restoration begins with one simple decision: to believe that something forgotten, that forgotten item, still holds value. For Grace, this is more than an abandoned building.
It was once her family's home.
Inside the box are memories carefully protected for decades. The original drawings reveal a home built with remarkable craftsmanship. Every detail must be understood before restoration can begin. Even nature remembers where beauty once lived. The porch has welcomed generations. Now it asks for help. This house has waited 35 years. Today, its second life begins. What began as a simple inspection has uncovered the first real mystery. A forgotten secret of the farmhouse. Every successful restoration begins with understanding exactly what time has changed. The craftsmanship of the past deserves to be understood before it is restored. Sometimes the strongest materials are simply waiting to be uncovered. The foundation has carried this home for more than a century. Hidden behind years of overgrowth lies another forgotten treasure.
This photograph reminds everyone what this place once meant.
Each layer of nature reveals another piece of the home's history. Some of the most important discoveries are almost invisible. A clear plan transforms an impossible task into achievable steps. The planning is complete. Today, the restoration truly begins. Every successful restoration begins with protecting what deserves to remain. Preparation prevents mistakes before they happen. Temporary support protects the structure while permanent repairs are prepared. Protecting history is just as important as rebuilding it. Some memories belong safely away from the dust of construction. Every layer removed tells another chapter of the farmhouse's story. Original craftsmanship deserves a second life whenever possible. Careful demolition creates the blueprint for careful rebuilding. The strength of every home begins beneath the surface. The first chapter of restoration is now complete. What remains is ready to become stronger than ever. More than a century ago, skilled hands placed every stone with remarkable precision. Accurate measurements create confident decisions. Understanding traditional materials helps preserve authentic craftsmanship. Even the strongest structures occasionally need careful adjustment. Restoration respects the methods that first gave this house its strength. Modern engineering quietly supports traditional craftsmanship. Strong timber gives the farmhouse a new foundation for the next century. Small corrections today ensure lasting stability tomorrow. Every successful milestone is built through teamwork. With its foundation secure once again, the farmhouse is finally ready to rise. It's ready for its next chapter. Today, the farmhouse receives its first new bones. Precision today prevents problems for decades to come. Some techniques remain timeless because they were built to last. Every beam becomes another promise that this home will stand once again. Strength grows quietly, one beam at a time. Hidden reinforcement ensures the farmhouse is ready for another century. The floor begins to unite every room once again. Quality is never assumed. It is carefully confirmed. The farmhouse has taken its first confident step toward becoming a home again. With a solid foundation beneath every step. The farmhouse is finally ready to rise again. For the first time in decades, the farmhouse begins to stand. It stands tall once again. Accuracy, measured in millimeters, protects a century of history. Traditional joinery has supported homes for generations because it was designed to endure. Piece by piece, the farmhouse begins to resemble the home remembered. The home from old family photographs. Every great restoration begins with one corner, one beam, and one shared vision. With the final wall rising into place, the farmhouse begins to reclaim its original form. Reclaiming its full silhouette. The strongest structures combine timeless craftsmanship with carefully hidden modern protection. Every opening is carefully positioned to preserve both beauty and function.
What was once only a memory has become a visible reality.
With strong walls standing once again, the next challenge awaits. Every roof begins with a single truss, crafted to carry generations beneath it. With every beam that rises, the farmhouse moves one step closer. Closer to becoming whole again. The elegant shape of the Victorian roof slowly returns to the skyline.
The ridge beam unites every truss into one strong and lasting structure.
For the first time in decades, the farmhouse reaches toward the sky once more.
Every rafter strengthens the roof while preserving the elegance of its original design.
Strength often comes from the parts that remain unseen.
The open sky slowly gives way to shelter once again.
For the first time in decades, the farmhouse is protected.
Protected from the elements once again.
The farmhouse has regained its strength. Next comes the craftsmanship. Craftsmanship that will define its timeless beauty. Every cedar shingle carries the tradition of craftsmanship. Craftsmanship that protected this home for generations.
Layer after layer, the farmhouse regains the character that once defined it. The finest details often provide the greatest protection. Restoring history means preserving every detail. Details that still have a story to tell. For the first time in decades, the farmhouse stands proudly. Proudly against the forest skyline. Light returns through the very windows that once witnessed generations. Witnessing generations of family life. The front porch once welcomed every visitor. Today, it welcomes history back home. Every carved detail restores another piece of the farmhouse's identity. The landscape becomes the final frame surrounding a beautifully restored home. A farmhouse restored with patience, skill, and respect.
Respect for every generation that called it home. With the exterior restored, attention now turns to the spaces where generations once gathered. Restoration begins by respecting what history has already preserved. Every restored step reconnects the farmhouse with its past. The heart of every family home begins with a place. A place that brings people together. For the first time in decades, the farmhouse begins to feel.
Feeling like a home again.
A restored house becomes a home when it begins to welcome life anew. It welcomes life once again.
The kitchen has always been the heart of a family home.
Light has returned to the farmhouse, bringing warmth back to every room. After decades of silence, the fireplace once again becomes the heart of the home.
The farmhouse no longer tells a story of abandonment. It now tells a story of renewal. A bedroom is more than a place to sleep. It is where every new day quietly begins. Every restored home deserves a place where stories can continue to be written. True craftsmanship is revealed through the smallest details. Sometimes, restoration brings back more than buildings. It brings back moments that were never truly lost. After months of dedication, every room once again tells a story of warmth. A story of craftsmanship and family. 35 years of silence have been transformed. Transformed into a future filled with life once again. Every repaired beam, every restored window, and every handcrafted detail. Each honors the generations who built this home. Some photographs capture memories. Others become promises fulfilled. Great restoration is never about changing history. It is about giving history the opportunity to continue. What once seemed forgotten has become a timeless reminder that patience, craftsmanship, and hope can restore even the oldest of homes. Some doors are more than entrances. They lead us back to the places that shaped our lives. Every restored room carries echoes of laughter, quiet evenings, and family traditions. The greatest restoration is not measured by walls or timber, but by the moments shared within them. Craftsmanship builds houses. Kindness helps bring them home. Tonight, the farmhouse is no longer waiting to be remembered.
It has become a home once more.
Every completed restoration marks the end of one journey and the beginning of another. The greatest reward is knowing a forgotten home. A home that has found its future once again. Some places remain with us long after we leave them behind. Beyond the forest, another forgotten landmark is waiting for a second chance. Every forgotten place deserves the opportunity to tell its story again. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you on the next restoration journey.